let's jump into Alonzo, because there's a lot to talk about, man. I have so many stories, and I want to try to get to all of them. We got questions from the audience. But this fresh off the press, just within the past hour, right before our show. It seems like big news always hits right before our show, but I'm always scrolling through Instagram trying to get stories and things like that before the show. But rapper CASANOVA 2 Times, who we've talked about maybe 3 or 4 times on the show in the past, popular rapper from New York, him and his gang were hit with the RICO charge a few years ago. So they have been sitting in jail waiting their sentence. Well, just an hour ago, CASANOVA 2 Times got his sentence, and he was sentenced to 180 months, which would translate to 15 plus years in prison. In prison for his involvement in gang activity. Now, let me give you a breakdown, Lonzo, and then I want your opinion. But he and his gang, the G-Stone Nation, which is a faction of the United Blood Nation, were hit with the RICO. After spending years in prison facing sentencing, just a couple of weeks ago, CASANOVA came out and wrote a letter to the judge denouncing his gang, saying he wants to do nothing with them. He was hoping this would get him a lesser sentence, but it doesn't seem that way. But that being said, just a day later, CASANOVA 2 Times was attacked in prison. Thank you, OG Steve, shooting that $25. Man, much love. Dude, seriously. He was slashed across the face, though. He was attacked in jail, slashed across the face, and many people are saying that this is retaliation for him denouncing his gang. Now, Lonzo, when people hear stuff like this, what is the appeal of joining a gang, bro?
You know what? In some ways, man, I was talking about this the other day. You ever seen this YouTube video where this guy, well, I think it's Uganda, how they catch these monkeys? They put an orange in a hole. The monkey can see the orange in the hole. He reaches into the hole to grab the orange, and he tries to pull the orange out, but by having the orange in his hand, the hole is too small for him to pull his hand out, so he can't pull his hand out. And the monkey won't let go of the orange. If he let go of the orange, he can get away, but he wants to take this orange with him. Okay, and they always get caught because they won't let go of the orange. Okay, and a lot of brothers in the niggerverse won't let go of the orange. They stuck on the orange. The orange will not, you got your hand in that hole, let go of the orange, and you can go. But you got to hold on to that orange, and that's how you get caught the fuck up. Okay? And that's as simple as that. The attraction is the same thing. You saw, me and my partner, me and Stan Shepard, been talking a lot lately, man. Shout
out Stan, man. He emails me every morning.
Man, same thing. He hit me up every morning too. Me and Stan been talking a lot, man. And I was telling him, I said, you people, these youngsters, they see the trap get made. They see the cheese go on the trap, and they wait to see how. Okay, you saw him get caught. You saw him get caught. You saw him get caught, and you still try to get the trap off the cheese off the trap. Why does that make sense to you? It don't make no sense. It's really amazing. That's like you see people trying to cross the freeway. Negro, folks, people got killed trying to cross the freeway, and you're gonna try and cross it too. And everybody thinks they can do it. Everybody thinks they're smarter than the last guy. Well, if he started with his left foot, I'm gonna start with my right. Or he swung his left hand first, I'm gonna swing my right hand first. I'm gonna turn my hand around backwards, be more aerodynamic. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. And this is why folks get caught up. And I was looking at a video I saw the other day, man. I ain't gonna call no names. And allegedly 2 gangs have merged together here in LA. And they were just talking about, they had the entertainment company. And I was talking to a buddy of mine who saw the same video. He said, in some cases, gang mentality can be considered a mental illness. I said, whoa. He says, yeah, man, think about that. The trauma that a lot of these young people have experienced with death and going to jail, losing homies, losing
PTSD like a PTSD.
So you got a lot of untreated mental illness, and because you have a mob mentality that's also wrapped into that as well, This is the same thing you said. We probably saw at that McDonald's in Leimert Park last week. You got a mob mentality. You got mental illness wrapped with mob mentality and some bitchism all on top. Okay, got a little bitchism because you robbed the McDonald's, and they sent the little dude in there to do it, and he tried to do it because he wanted to be the big dude. And then they all rat packed the cash register like roaches or like ants on a goddamn piece of candy. That was embarrassing, dude. That was embarrassing. But again, there's some possible mental illness there, dude, that's not been recognized. That's not been treated.
You make a lot of sense, and that orange monkey analogy was probably the best analogy I've heard in a long time.
Yeah. Look at YouTube, look at the monkey and the orange, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Everybody wants to get the orange, but you can't get the orange, and if you get the orange, you're going to get caught.
Damn, dude. That's deep, man. That's deep. Well, 180 months, Lonzo. I don't know why they break it down like that. They say that in court. Maybe it just sounds a little scarier than saying 15 years. But 180 months, man, especially when you're an artist. Talk about that aspect, because you are and were an artist in the past making music. How detrimental is that to your career, being 30 and right?
So how old is he now?
He's probably about 30, 32.
So he'll be out when he gets 47. Ain't one a handful of 47-year-old rappers. They rapping their old music. Okay? Ain't but a handful of rappers over 50 that's still doing it, and most of them are rapping, they're living off their old stuff. Think about it. You know, they still make music, but the crowd responds to the old stuff. They still make music, but most of the time, the crowd responds to the older stuff. You know, I think me and Clientele just did two songs. We did 2 verses of Surgery and Juice Saturday, and everybody knew the words. Cabbage Patch. We did Surgery and Cabbage Patch, and it was a party, and we just went in, did our thing, and came on out, and everybody partied with us. You know, when you're an older artist and you're trying to do new music that's not been saturated, that's difficult. That's real difficult. And to do a new song that's not been, people have not heard before. That's a banging ass song, dude. It's really hard. It's really hard, if at all possible.
1 and 1 probably won't like this analogy, but he says Tupac is the only one who came back from jail winning. I'm gonna say Tekashi 6ix9ine came back from jail winning too. This motherfucker's getting billions of views, still traveling the world. Not even comparing the two, because I know Tupac fans you hit that nerve and they will cuss you out. But
I thought Tekashi was crying broke a minute ago.
I don't know, man. Now he's still standing in front of, once again, and we know that we don't know if these cars are his. We don't know if this money's real, but he's still playing like he's rich. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So, he claimed that one time he had a lot of fake money, and cars was fake, and watches was fake. then he'll try to convince you that it was real in the next video. A guy like me, I can take off for 2 years. I got, this is a house. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. If you can wear a watch worth a house, 4 watches worth a house, 4 houses, 4 watches that each one is worth a house. First of all, I've never been a big person on watches. I never understood the attraction. Timex and Rolex tell the same fucking time. I don't understand it, but some people get that. I don't get that. That's not my brain don't work like that. I got a buddy of mine collect watches. Spending $15 grand on a watch like it ain't shit. That motherfuckers have the same time as the $10 Rolex. I mean $10 Timex. Yeah, but it's the workmanship. Okay, fine. I'm not a watch person.